Folks, welcome to Everything Pro Wrestling. Everything Pro Wrestling is a show by the fans, for the fans. I am your host, Conrad Cushman. Joining me today is my wonderful co-host at this point.
What's up, folks?
Derek Shelton. Trust me, folks, as we climb closer to that 1K, Derek's going to have to watch his mouth more.
I will. I'm getting it out now. Getting it out now.
Trust me, the bad one still will get it. Oh. I don't care if it gets demonetized. Give me the views. But, folks, we are here to review AEW Dynamite that just went off the air. And we have a lot to talk about. Tonight's show took place in Champaign, Illinois. Lots and lots to discuss. Some things that were cool. Some issues that were going on with the show. But if you guys want to help out the channel, it's very easy. I don't usually ask for any money contributions at this point. All I need for you to do is click that like button for me. Helps with the YouTube algorithm. Also, after the fact, leave me a comment down in the video. It could be hashtag I'm with AEW, hashtag I watched the video. You can say whatever you want down below. I will respond to you. The more comments that we get down below, the more people that can engage with the video, and it puts it in the videos you might like listed for wrestling fans. So let's help me out here by doing some of that stuff. Also in the description, we do have a PowerSlam.tv promo going on. If you use the code EPW show, all one word, you guys can get 1 month free of PowerSlam.tv. So if you love independent wrestling, take advantage of that.
Definitely.
King, what is going on? Jesus De Leon, what is going on, man? I haven't watched NXT yet. Have not watched it yet. So I see some NXT spoilers going on in there a little bit. I caught glimpses of it tonight. AEW, bro. Let us get into this.
I'm feeling it.
What did you think tonight, D?
I think this was definitely a better show than what it was last week. People need to realize that no show, whatever it is going to be on point every single time. It doesn't happen that way. If it did, then we'd have what was that old movie? Pleasantville. Remember that? Yeah, it'd be
Perfection.
Yeah, Perfection all over the place. Like it'd be boring.
Last week was Thanksgiving too, and not a lot of people were around. Tough place to be for AEW fans right now.
Right.
We'll see. I don't care about these ratings. People are really focused in on that. All I want is a good show at this point right now.
Exactly.
AEW still trying to figure out their formula. What works for them, what doesn't work for them. King brought it up, better show. Jesus thought it was a better show as well. So if you guys are in the chat, make sure you are interacting with us. We will read some of your comments as we are going through the show. We go through the card from the top to the bottom, so make sure you guys are interacting with us. And if you haven't clicked that subscribe button yet, we're almost at 1K, folks. I think we're about 20-ish away. You know, sometimes people drop and come back in and drop, but we're about 20-something away, man. Once we hit that 1K, business is going to pick up.
I think the last time I looked at it was like 24, 25, maybe. Maybe, but it doesn't matter to me. Yeah. We're about to get it in. We start off with commentary team tonight was JR, Tony Schiavone, Excalibur. We got an opening video and pyro. One of my complaints for the night though was the audio in the very beginning. Yeah, the audio was definitely off, but I don't think it was AEW itself. I think it was TNT itself.
Could have been. TNT provides the equipment. I don't know what the issues are, but this is what I'm talking about. New company, baby steps. You're going to have audio issues. They have to figure out how to fix it quickly. Keith Mitchell has to get to someone probably and say, hey, we need to fix this. This is a problem. But they corrected it within the first match, though.
Yeah. I mean, let's think about it. TNT, the last time TNT had a wrestling show on, back with WCW. So, I mean, they probably got to get back into the swing of things and realize, like, all right, well, this is what we did where people could hear everything. And, just getting back into the swing of things. Relax. Calm your tits. It'll be fine.
Yes. And shout out to the WWE fans who come in here to dislike the video. I absolutely love you guys. So, thank you for the view, too.
So do I, because...
It makes no sense why people just do that randomly on all the AEW videos. It's the only ones I get dislikes on. Don't care, because guess what? It's still a good show and I'm enjoying it. Let's get into the matches, though, bro. Young Bucks and Dustin Rhodes versus Sammy Guevara and PMP. That's right. Give me credit. Give me the Barry Horowitz. The old pat on the back, baby. Got it. But I thought this was an excellent match. The Young Bucks come out in their usual attire. Dustin Rhodes came out with a pretty cool Young Bucks-esque attire with the little tassels on the boots.
Yeah, even with the face paint, he had a little bit of color to it.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't expecting that to happen.
Dustin's the man.
Oh, yeah, come on.
How can you be mad?
Can't be.
Sammy Guevara really stood out in this match to me.
He did. Even though he had to pretty much be the cell master. Let's see. Sammy G is nice. Let's just leave it at that. Sammy G is nice, okay? He gets a lot of heat like he's supposed to, and puts on a good show like he's supposed to.
Sammy can sell too. He did a really good job in this. I thought the heels got great heat in this. Yes. I don't know how it worked, but it finally happened. And I'm giving a shout out to King real quick in the chat because a fan he said an AEW fan called me trash for liking NXT. Well, number one, that fan, he can suck it. Number two,
wait a minute. What? He called you trash for liking the NXT?
There's like a brand war going on. Me and Robert were just talking about it. What's up, Rob? I see you in the chat as well, in a private chat. Fans are basically hating on each other for liking a brand. So if you're on Twitter and you're like, yo, I thought AEW was really dope tonight, NXT fans will come in there and attack you. It's the delusional ones, though. It's not like the normal fans. So don't worry about those weirdos, because guess what? I like NXT and I like AEW.
But
you can like both.
But how do you say that? I mean, NXT, if it wasn't for WWE, there wouldn't be any NXT. So you're an idiot.
That's just how people are, dude.
You know what?
You can't talk sense into people. Sick, what's good, man?
You know I'm gonna set up my Facebook so I can join this Facebook group, because I'm gonna.
It's not the Facebook group. This was probably on some social media, probably Twitter or something. He was on, and people have just attacking them. But you could join them. I'm sure Jesus will talk to you, hang out with you. He said hi to you before in here.
Oh, what's up, Jesus? My bad. I ain't see that. My bad.
See, Jesus, I look out for you, bro. Sick is in here, and he just said, Christopher Daniels, bro, dude's back, said, hey, let's do a moonsault. But Christopher Daniels' belly said, not my Bruda. Stop it. Back to the opening contest, though. Dustin put on some swag. He did his thing in this match, showed the skill with the power slam snaps, the no, not today. He was on point with this match a lot. I laughed so hard when Ortiz grabbed the sock with the supposed baseballs or oranges, whatever's in there, and he smacked. He had to like stretch to do it, and I just thought it was so funny. Little shit like that makes me and Derek laugh.
Yeah, man. That's definitely a dirtbag move.
Jesus said Derek don't want to smoke on Facebook.
Let's go, Jesus.
Yo, Sammy Guevara, I have to say this too. He hit an excellent 630.
Oh.
Picture perfect.
That was dope.
Nothing but love for that. The match ends in a really dope spot. So Sammy basically went to try to go get his phone to record for his vlog. And shout out to Sammy. He's probably like the only person that ever wrote to me on here on YouTube, but I didn't see it until like a year or two later, until I found out he joined AEW. But shout out to you, Sammy. And he goes up for that, and Dustin knocks the phone out of his hands. They try to record it. Dustin don't know what he's doing. The screen's still black, and he gets hit with the Shattered Dreams and a super kick at the same time from the Bucks.
Super kick pie.
He falls like a ton of bricks. He's down. They get PMP and tombstones. Nick Jackson lands a senton double tombstone. Everybody just got laid out in this. It was a fun match. It was a great opener. That's how you do it, with people diving over each other. Crazy openers. You need those high-paced matches for that.
You do, because that's what people are already hyped and excited before everything even starts. But then if you keep them on that high, they're more likely to stay on that high. Instead of slowing them down, they're like, all right, I went from this to this. Now I'm like here, and then I'm back down here, and then I got here, but then I went back
you got to
down.
control the flow of the show, and that's very key and important for this. Thank you, Friendly, for dropping a like too. Check out Friendly if you like video game content. He puts up a bunch of stuff, so make sure you show him some love. And let's get into the next match, which was Trent with Chuck Taylor and Orange Cassidy versus Rey Fenix. That was for Excalibur.
Fenix.
Versus Rey Fenix. This was a really fun match, too. This has been built up over weeks. So here's another complaint that I saw that I'm tired of people. What's the point of these two if they're in tag teams and singles matches?
Why can't people be in single matches?
Not even that, bro. AEW Dark, this feud has been building. Trent beat both the Lucha Bros. He's been getting on a roll, and they're tired of it, so they're trying to put him down. They're like, yo, you're not going to keep beating us. It's a pride thing in wrestling, right?
Yeah.
So they get into this match, and it's been built up for a few weeks, and I thought this was fun. Listen, Rey Fenix and Pentagon can be single stars in this company.
Yes. They don't have to be in a tag team all the time. I know they're, if you want to, most people will say the best tag team in the world, however you want to look at it. They are a great tag team, but why can't they be great singles wrestlers as well? Stop hating, please.
Jesus said that was a great opening match. AEW crowd is always lit. I agree, King. And the Queen of NE is in the house. What's up, Queen? Good to see you in here as well. Dude, fun match. They teased the Dude Buster early from Trent. Trent didn't hit that. Orange Cassidy, freaking hilarious if you watch him on the outside sitting up against the thing. He's so lazy that he won't even stand. The dude is over, and I'm glad he still isn't wrestling. It's perfect for him, dude. Who else did we have in this match? So I was wondering where Pentagon was, too, during this. Why wasn't he ringside with Phoenix? But he has a match later on with Christopher Daniels, so they said he was preparing for that match. Makes sense. Add a little storytelling. Tag teams having singles matches. I'm cool with this. I like it. It was a plus for me.
I don't see anything wrong with it.
Yeah, this was a solid match. Lots of picture-in-picture during commercial breaks, but Phoenix ends up getting the win with the spinning muscle buster. I thought it was a lot of fun after this. What did you think, D? We were talking about like the Rey Mysterio type of thing. What company wouldn't want Phoenix, man?
Yeah, Rey Fenix would definitely be the next Rey Mysterio, basically. I mean, how could you go wrong? He's doing more than what Rey was doing when he was younger, but Rey was still putting on excellent matches. He just wasn't doing all the extra stuff that Rey Fenix is doing. That's your Rey Mysterio in any company. That's your Rey Mysterio that'll get you over the hump every single time because you know he's guaranteed to put somebody over.
Six said it best in the chat. He said Rey Fenix is the only wrestler I've seen to run across the top ropes. I ain't never seen no bleep like that.
Exactly.
Queen said that Rey's a goddamn star, and I agree with Queen 100%. We were just saying that when we were watching this. Like, if WWE was really looking for the next Rey Mysterio,
he would be it.
I think he's the guy. But I love Pentagon just as much, man. What's up, Connor? Good to see you in here, Connor.
Pentagon is great too. Pentagon is definitely great too.
After the match, though, we saw something. If you guys weren't watching the picture-in-picture, you might have missed this, but a handshake was extended by Trent once again to Phoenix, and Phoenix did not shake his hand.
Not at all.
I love the competitive spirit, so he wasn't shaking his hand, and Trent got offended by that. There was some pushing, shoving, and then some ass-kicking had to commence because you ain't shake my hand like a man.
Exactly.
So Trent starts pounding on Rey Fenix. They weren't going back and forth. They were going at it. Phoenix had to retreat, though, because they had Chucky T still out there and Orange Cassidy. They weren't going to mess around with that. So it looks like this may not be over yet.
No, I think this goes on for maybe up until the next pay-per-view.
Really? You think that they continue this?
Yeah.
That's a lot, but we'll see what happens with it. I like that there was a little bit of after effects with the match, and they're going to keep this going. Keeps the tag division in mind while you're looking at all of this. Next up, we had a promo segment with Cody... I said versus almost. Cody versus Tony Schiavone. Earring on a pole match. Just kidding, Tony. I love you. Cody with Tony Schiavone for an in-ring promo. Tony Schiavone, one of the best in the business when he goes in there, treats us so seriously. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live in Panama City, Florida. I just think of WCW when I see him and hear that voice. He comes out to address the MJF bullcrap and the Blade, Bunny, and the Butcher. If you guys don't know, I said this last week. I know who those three are. They are from my local area. The Blade, Bunny, I've met all of them. They're really cool people. The Butcher is Andy Williams. He's in the band Every Time I Die. He's from Buffalo, New York. Really cool dude. I heard him on a podcast before he even wrestled. Nice dude. You see him at any wrestling show you go to, these guys pop up. Pepper Park / Braxton Sutter. Good stuff from him. And Allie, we all know her. She's the bunny in this situation. I like it. I thought that we'll get into the promo later with them, but they come out to address that. Cody kind of, does his usual promo, talks about MJF. They get into what MJF's gonna do and how he wants to fight him. But MJF put on Twitter this week that he will not have a match with Cody Rhodes, and he made like a big announcement about it. Douchebaggery at its finest. So. What do you think about this, D? I mean, you've seen the Blade and the Butcher in action at ESW with me, Empire State Wrestling, in the local indies.
You know what? I like the Blade and the Butcher. There's not much you can say. Like, we can talk about it, until we're blue in the face, and that's because we know who they are. Well, he knows who they are personally. Like, he's met them. I've seen them in action. So we know about them and what they're capable of and what they can do, and they can really wrestle. Now, to have them go up against Cody, why wouldn't you think that that is a major push? Like, that's not a major push for them, because they've wrestled some good people, but having to wrestle up against Cody Rhodes,
it's interesting.
That's a big come up. That's
good for them, though. These dudes have busted their ass for years. I know Pepper Parks has, so I give him credit. Let's get back into this MJF situation. So Cody then diverts his attention to MJF. He wants that match with him, and he says he's willing to give up or put on the line anything because he's lost the world title ship. So he has
not much else.
He has nothing else left to lose. So Cody then says that he will put up his keys to his Ford truck, one of 300. It's a rare one. He said that he would put up his watch, a gift given to him by Tony Khan. He's throwing all this in the middle of the ring. His red bottom Louis Vuitton shoes that we were all wondering what he was talking about. Hashtag wrestling fashion, JPQ and Queen. And he also brought up the 50K. 50K. He gave a little kid $100 in the crowd. Hashtag merch freak. I mean,
can I just say, why is it that one person can put on a promo better than one show?
Time out. I'm tired of all the ribbon on my boys in here. The Butcher, Blade, and Bunny. I see Teddy Roosevelt looking mother. Thaddeus T. Third looking mother. What do you say? Dude looks like the Planters peanut guy. Y'all leave that man alone.
Come on.
And you know what? I'm going to throw another cheap plug in here for Tiffany, Queen. These ladies interview independent wrestlers. Queen is one of the best, one of my fellow Brainbuster brethren. So check her out for all her interviews on her podcast and stuff. Give her a follow on Twitter at the Queen of NE. And also Tiff. Tiff started a new show about indie wrestling on the No Holds Barred network. So if you want to check that out, give them a subscribe and support Tiff, man. Absolutely love Tiff. So and Queen. And Queen. Two of the best. So he puts all that on the line. We don't get a response yet. Does MJF take the bait in this, D?
Not right away.
I think you have a lot of time, and I think this has to build towards the pay-per-view.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a lot of cat and mouse going on.
And I think that the Butcher, Blade, and Bunny are the, okay, until you get to that pay-per-view point, you got a problem with us for now.
Yeah. You don't divert your attention to MJF. We're your problem now.
I love the merch freak comments. Good stuff in the chat. I'm watching you guys while you're in there talking. After that, they cut away. Cody goes to the back. We get a promo from Joey Janela talking about what he's going to do. He kind of spoke about the stuff that he mentioned on Twitter. Makes you wonder if it's a work, if he's really frustrated. I think it's a little bit of both. A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
Exactly. See?
I just steal your line.
I put him on that. I say that every single day.
So it's a little bit of both. But during the promo, Moxley comes up, and it was kind of a quick promo. He's mad. He's happy to be main eventing, and Moxley just looks at him and says, "Kids these days," and kind of walks out. So that's your main event of the night. We are going to have Jon Moxley versus the bad boy Joey Janela. And then we get a Dark Order promo, D. I'm going to kind of let you take over this. Go ahead. Kick it to the people, man. What did you think of it?
You know what? I'm really starting to buy into the Dark Order now, because I felt like this was something that they should have done in the beginning. Like I said a couple videos ago, I was not buying into the Dark Order because they just kind of showed up.
You and Rob were both really big on that. Like, who are these dudes? Yeah. What's the deal?
It was just like, all right, the Dark Order, where's the backstory, you know? But now that they have started this, the vignettes for them, I'm definitely buying into them because now they're giving the Dark Order a purpose. Once you give something like that a purpose, it's a whole lot easier to say, well, I buy into them, or well, I don't buy into them. You're not giving them a chance to buy into something when you don't
give them anything.
I
agree with that point. I like the Are You Afraid of the Dark type setting this week. They were by like a campfire, and it showed the minions, or whatever you want to call these freaks, around them, around the campfire. And it kind of was playing off of the previous ones. You saw the really big dude with the beard who was in there, and another guy. And they were pledging their allegiance to the Dark Order. What? What are you laughing at?
Yeah. You know, when they kicked the big dude over and started, this dude was cracking up when he was screaming.
The worst part wasn't even that. It was when they put the hands all over their face.
That's what
I was like, what the hell, bro? What kind of kinky stuff is this, bro? Get your hands off my face. Who knows where them fingers have been? Yeah. Really, really good stuff. Robert said they're called creepers. Yes, I agree. Jesus, stop putting that join the Dark Order stuff in my chat. It's creepy. Connor says...
Hey, Zeus, you're next.
Conrad, you and I were talking about the Dark Order videos. Yeah, me and Connor were talking about them too. And he likes the vignettes. I think that the creepier side thing has to show, and you have to make sense of these guys. And now it's starting to kind of flow a little bit.
Yeah, because it was, if you look at it from the beginning of the vignettes, it showed, it was lighthearted. Each vignette got darker and darker.
Mm-hmm.
So now they're actually showing like, all right, this is how dark we're going to get. We're going to get darker every single time. We're going to get deeper every single time.
I love it. It looks like a movie. It is shot very well. It gave me some Lucha Underground type vibes with it.
And then the little promo at the end of it though, like join the Dark Order. Like that was dope. I like that.
I like it. I'm glad that you guys are on board with that. And we're going to move into the next segment here. We had a match with Nyla Rose versus Leva Bates with Peter Avalon in their corner. Shh. Freaking librarians. This was a quick match. Leva Bates gets destroyed in this, and I love Leva. I don't know why they do this to her. Peter Avalon's getting destroyed too. He tried to interfere at one point, jump off the rope. Nyla double chokeslam both of them. Leva eats a beast bomb for the 1-2-3. Nyla Rose picks up an impressive victory here. But after the match, the real story is when Shauna comes out and attacks Nyla. And this was from the beatdown from last week that they were showing with the autograph session. Nyla Rose put her through a table, and I guess she wanted her revenge. She came out there and tried her best, but Nyla in the end wasn't having it. She goes to get a table during the commercial break, and she power bombs referee Rick Knox through the table, and then Shauna on top of him.
Right.
Nyla Rose came, saw, and destroyed. This is the kind of character she needs to be. And I feel like they've had... We're going to get into Kong later, but I feel like they had Kong take a back seat so Nyla Rose could be the Beast. I don't know, live chat, do you feel the same way about that? Like, do you feel like they had Kong take a step back so Nyla Rose could take a step up? I'm not mad at it. Because
I think so. Because I think what they're doing is they're going to build up to Nyla Rose and Kong. I think it's going to build up towards the pay-per-view. Because they're gonna cross paths, and it's just going to be like, oh, well, I'm Nyla, I'm the Beast, and then Kong's like, no, I'm the Beast. You saw what I can do. You know what I can do. And you're about to get worked. Pretty much,
Yeah. Nyla came out, though, and did her thing. And it makes you wonder, when you saw this first happen, she took out a referee. She's got to be getting fined or something's happening. And I know they're going to bring it up.
No, they did announce that she was suspended.
Right. I had that in my notes for later. They did bring it up. So Nyla Rose gets suspended for putting her hands on an official. How long? Nobody knows, because that was the first time an official took a bump like that in the ring where they took a bad beat down.
Yeah.
Is Brandi a voodoo queen now? Ooh, we'll have to get into that. But
good question.
Chris Jericho comes out. He wants to address the AEW crowd, and he comes out with Jake Hager. And what did he call his clipboard? He came out with a clipboard, a list, and it was the lexicon. What? It was something else though.
The lexicon.
Oh, it's gonna make me mad. He comes out with a list, and he's getting ready to go through it. He has been told by management that he needs to defend his championship one more time. Or not his championship. He needs to have one more match.
He's got to wrestle one more match before 2019 is over.
So he picked December 18th. He's going to have a match. And part of the reason why the board came into play was for the simple fact of he needs to figure out who he was going to face. Chris Jericho obviously is going to make some comedy out of this, trying to make the best of the situation that he is in. And, dude, not mad at it. Jericho came off as funny. He did his thing once again, and shout out to Queen, just so that you gave me a little personal tweet for that. I'm trying to find what he said right now on Twitter because I definitely tagged my man JPQ in this because he reminded me of when I saw Jericho come out with the clipboard. JPQ makes weird stuff like that all the time when he's on a video, and I absolutely love it.
Oh, Connor. There you go, Connor. The lexicon of Le Champion.
Thank you. I should have knew it rhymed. I'm friggin' dumb. So many notes, and I did not write that down. Derp. So Chris Jericho comes out. He does this rant, and he's going over things. He's basically like, I'm not facing Moxley or whatever. He's like, Moxley. He would go over like Christopher Daniels, Daniel from the Karate Kid, so-and-so, Lee Daniels.
Moxley.
Yeah, and he was just going through everybody, and then all of a sudden, some music hits. It's the Jurassic Express. Have not won a match yet in AEW. They come out, and Luchasaurus gets on the mic. Luchasaurus sounds a little bit different.
Can we address the fact that my man came, like, you noticed it. I didn't notice it at first.
What, the Marco stunt?
Yeah, where the hell did he come from?
Marco stunt in the entrance. If someone could tell me where he came from, I must have missed this dude running out because he was in front of them out of nowhere all of a sudden. So Luchasaurus comes out. He gets into the ring with the Jurassic Express. They're out there to confront Jericho. And when I hear Luchasaurus talk, he's an intelligent dude. This dude sounds like super smart. First big promo, he had a little stumbles in there, but I didn't care about that. Luchasaurus still delivered, showing his intelligence, who he is. And I love his first words were, like, what?
Is that how you think I talk?
Dude, good stuff from Luchasaurus. 100% tonight. Then Marco Stunt got made fun of with he's small for his age, and then he's like, he's small for anyone's age, Jericho said. They did some really good stuff, and we then find out, so they tease it. So I thought, obviously, Luchasaurus was going to be the one to face Jericho. He's a big star. He's got lots of potential, but it's not him. He says it's not him, and it's not Marco. And then he said, who is it? And Jungle Boy's the only one left.
Right.
And Jericho says some things about him, says, are you a mute? Can you talk? Whatever. And Jungle Boy says you can't last 10 minutes with me. And Jungle Boy said, oh, I could last 10 minutes with you. Slaps him across the face. Jungle Boy and Marco Stunt get to commencing whooping that ass on Chris Jericho. Le Champion got the ass whooped. And Luchasaurus and Jake Hager were going at it. That's a match I wouldn't mind seeing. I don't know why.
Not at all.
Big house fight.
Make it happen.
Yeah, so they get into it. So it looks like it's set up for December 18th. That will be in 2 shows, 2 weeks. We're going to get Jungle Boy versus Jericho. I think this is a match I really want to see. I don't know why.
You know what?
Why not, though? It's a fun TV match.
I mean, because if you really think about it, this is going to put Jungle Boy over.
I think it's going to help him be in a big match situation with Chris Jericho. I feel like Jericho's handpicking these guys and setting them up for greatness.
Exactly. Yeah, it's...
King says it's not 2016 anymore. The list is dead.
Oh, and then what did JR say? JR said something about Marco Stunt taking out the knees of Chris Jericho.
He was going to work, dude. That was crazy tonight. Jungle Boy, Jack Perry. Yes. This should be a fun match, though. I can't wait to see what happens with it. I'm glad they set this up.
Yeah, it'll be a good match.
Chat. Next match, I have a question to ask before we get into this. The women's match tonight. Was this the best women's match for AEW? I'm going to wait until afterwards to read your thoughts, but I want to hear what you guys thought of this live chat, who was watching. So tonight we had Kris Statlander, who rumor has it AEW has secured a contract with, or is trying to, and she was also promised to go to NXT. So she's got options right now. versus Hikaru Shida. Dude, I love Shida and Kris Statlander. This was excellent, dude.
This definitely had to be the best women's match in a long time. Not to say that they had bad matches.
There's a couple that stand out to me though. Like I like the match with Ryu at Full Gear. I thought that was fun.
That was good.
Britt Baker and Ryu, I thought had a good match. Nyla Rose and Ryu wasn't bad.
But I guess what I'm trying to say is like as far as best match in a long time, I'm saying as best match without Riho
stumbling, bumbling.
No, not even that. Just like because Riho has been up top for like since the start.
Yeah, me and Eric had a disagreement about this too. Like he felt they should have put the championship on someone else, and I said no, I would have picked Riho.
Riho was the best one to put that on at that. And
I think she's been doing a great job.
She has been.
She looks well with the belt. Kris Statlander and Shida though deliver in this match. This is where we find out Nyla Rose is suspended. And during this, what the hell did I write here?
Yeah.
I just put some action. Weird that I just wrote that in my notes. We got a lot of back and forth here. I thought these two women wrestled very well.
This was definitely a good match. This was definitely a good match.
I wasn't mad. We found out a lot of stuff going on during this match. So also while the action's happening, we found out Cody and QT Marshall will be teaming up next week to face the Blade, the Butcher, and the Bunny.
Yep.
Just something different that we're going to get here, so I'm not mad at it. I don't know if I trust QT Marshall as a tag team partner. The dude eats a lot of apples, so I guess he's all right. I spit in the face of people who don't want to be cool. Let me see here. They're finally matching up the Joshis with talent that could keep up. That's a good point, Rob. I thought that was always a big problem with this. But this is the kind of talent you need to put in here then. Let it go. Let it rock. Yeah. This was a good back and forth. So Shida is currently the number one, according to the AEW rankings, number one contender technically for the women's championship. So in this match, we didn't know who was going to win. When Shida hit that running knee, I thought it was over.
Yeah, that running knee was definitely devastating. She caught her with that knee.
Statlander kicks out of that, and then they get into a back and forth, trying to get some pinfalls on each other, set up for position, and eventually Shida gets caught into like a reverse tombstone. She kind of hooks her legs. This looks like a created video game finisher. Shida gets dropped, tombstone right on her neck after that. For the 1, 2, 3, there's no way you're kicking out of that. No. That was some really, really dope stuff.
And another quick promo of Britt Baker.
Yeah, that was definitely a troll, I felt like, on NXT for showing her face.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But, yeah, I'm not mad at it, though. This was some good stuff here. I thought this was one of the better matches that they've had. I think Shida is great. And does this elevate Kris Statlander? I think she's got to be in the top 5 now.
Yeah, this definitely elevated her status because this was a big win on somebody who, who hasn't been on AEW consistently. For Shida to be a number one contender and then lose because just losing, but for her to be a number one contender and not being on AEW consistently, this is a huge win for Kris.
I'm going to ask you a question about that afterwards, King. Tell me why, too, for what you just wrote in there about the Bunny, Butcher, and Blade. Let's get back into this, though, D. So afterwards, we get Brandi and Kong coming out. We find out that they're going to be called the Nightmare Collective, a branch off of the Nightmare family. I like it. Makes sense with what Brandi and Cody were doing and everything else.
Right.
Cody kind of addressed that his wife's been crazy cutting off people's hair, but they are kind of separated from wrestling action right now. So Brandi and Kong have been cutting off people's hair, and they come out and they basically ask Kris Statlander to pledge to them.
There you go.
Tony Schiavone said he would do it. I said the same thing. I'm like, hey, go for it, man.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
But they eventually had where she never answered, but a fan was going crazy. And you can hear, pick me. I'll pledge right now. I'll pledge right now. I don't know who this woman is. I tried to figure it out on Twitter. If anybody knows, please tell me. It'll be a jackpot answer.
Exactly.
Derek, #NoFilter, and Mr. Cushman. What's going on, Nelson? So they get into this, and the fan ends up getting on the ramp. They had the ramp that was connected to the stage tonight, too, by the way. cutting off the ponytail, and then they cut off all of her hair. If you watched during the break, they were shaving it off with like a razor.
Yeah.
Shades of Molly Holly at WrestleMania 20. I don't know. What do you think? Is this a good way to bring up this faction?
Yeah. Honestly, yeah. Because if you really think about it, this is kind of not. This is kind of going the same way that the Dark Order is going.
You're getting explanations for things you didn't understand at first.
Yeah, because now you have the Nightmare Collective. So now you have non-wrestling wrestlers buying into the, would you say, cult following / faction almost? Because if you really think about it, if they get more people to join, this would definitely turn into a faction.
King pushed Straight Edge Society. It gave me vibes of that as well when Serena Deeb got her head shaved by CM Punk. I like it. That was good stuff. And then we cut to a commercial break. Rob, same wavelength. Same wavelength. Christopher Daniels versus Pentagon was next. This was the match Sick was laughing at with the botched moonsault in it. I'm sure you'll see that on Botchamania. Jesus, let me know who she is. Jesus, don't try to be funny either. I'll call you out.
Serena.
No, that's not her. That was who got their head shaved by CM Punk, and they probably reminded everyone of that. But Christopher Daniels versus Pentagon. This match starts out on the ramp. These two are having a kind of blood feud. These guys have been going at it for a while because they took Daniels out during the tag team tournament with a package pile driver.
Stinger.
Which forced the SCU to have the team of Scorpio Sky and Kazarian when it was going to be Kazarian and Daniels going for the belts. And match of the night, Christopher Daniels had beautiful moonsault, folks. It's Melanie, I think it's Cruz from Shimmer. Okay. Shimmer is a all-female women's promotion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'll have to check it out and see some of her work. I have not watched Shimmer in a couple years, so I'll have to see if I can find something from her. Thank you, Jesus, for letting me know that.
It's been out that long?
Yeah, Shimmer's been around a long time.
Ooh.
So this match starts out on the ramp. We find out another match during this. Young Bucks and Pride and Powerful in a Texas street fight next week. Hell yes. More cowbell, please.
More Orange Cassidy just coming out of nowhere.
You might get some more oranges in the socks, too. Someone's getting their ass whooped with that bad boy. Love it. So the match ends here with... Christopher Daniels hits the angel wings on Pentagon. Pentagon's down and out. Fenix runs out, throws the microphone stand into where it can be gotten to by his partner, and then he jumps up on the rope and he's arguing with the ref, Bryce Remsburg or whatever. They're going at it, and Derek's favorite referee. Stop it. Leave that man alone.
We'll talk about it in a second.
So... Afterwards, that's up there. Christopher Daniels eventually stops Pentagon from using the mic stand during the distraction, knocks Fenix down. He gets his hands on the mic stand, and he looks like he's going to use it. JR and everybody's like, no, you don't have to. Pen him. Stay focused on the match. Daniels gets rid of it, and he catches the loudest nut shot I think I've ever heard in wrestling.
Ooh.
Oh, my gosh. He got nailed right with the low blow. He goes down. Package pile driver. 1, 2, 3. Pentagon picks up the win. Lucha Bros, I'm telling you, bro, they could be single stars in this company.
Yes, they can. Anybody who feels like they can't be, you're a fool.
Fire, King. I saw whose name you just put in there. Fire. Absolutely. I'm an Arisa guy. Jesus De Leon, Pentagon, and Fenix got the W's in singles matches tonight. I like both of the matches tonight. I agree. That was all right, man. They did really good. I'm happy. Daniels is 50 years old. I don't care if he messed up the moonsault, man. I love Christopher Daniels. He definitely deserved more in pro wrestling. You know what? I'm going to give D his little platform here for Bryce Remsburg. Or do you want to add real quick?
Well, yeah, real quick. Honestly, I feel like...
Donnie, what up? Go ahead.
Donnie. Christopher Daniels is definitely... Yet again, another wrestler that he put me onto. He is a good wrestler. Yes, he botched the moonsault. But, I mean, come on. He's 50-something years old. Nobody would say anything. People are going to say it's, they're going to make fun of it because he's not a Ric Flair or a Hogan. They botch. It's like,
It doesn't matter though. I think Christopher Daniels has put his time in. He deserves respect. And honestly, most people probably don't know is Christopher Daniels has been around since like 1997. I guarantee you've seen him wrestle matches, whether it's in WCW, TNA. You've seen him wrestle somewhere.
Right. But what I wanted to say was
about Bryce.
Wait, hold
on.
Oh, Christopher Daniels. To me, I feel like this is kind of opening up, kind of like a retirement thing.
I think he can transition into coaching or something else backstage that he wants to do.
Yeah, because now you got Scorpio Sky going for...
He's getting a push, whether Kazarian wants to retire, if he wants to keep going, he can do either one.
Right. But now, back to, what was Bryce?
Bryce Remsburg.
Okay. So, chat, please, I need to know if you've ever seen the first movie of Horrible Bosses. Please tell me you remember the part with Colin Farrell where he was the boss's son who was pissed off that his dad's little golden boy was getting a promotion and everything. Please tell me you seen that, and then look at Bryce and then look at Colin Farrell and tell me that is not the same body proportion, same kind of demeanor every time he moves. I guarantee you will see that and you will laugh your ass off.
Go ahead, give him a little preview, D. Bryce Remsburg moves so weird, but I love Bryce. And he's going to break his hip the way he counts. Yeah. I don't know how he gets like on the side of his hip. Watch his counts. He's like 1, 2. He gets the airtime on it.
Listen, that was another little thing that I noticed that nobody else noticed until like I pointed it out again. Like I don't know how he does that, and it does not hurt. That has to hurt. That hurts me. And I'm not even doing it.
Let me see here. Rob says, I'd laugh at Hogan if he slipped on Icer. Six said, oh no, Daniels is great. I just thought that shit was funny. And Daniels is only 49. That's fine. I'm just saying, Rob. I'm rounding up. He's almost 50 years old at this point. Daniels is getting to that. It's time to look at the open road, kid.
Exactly.
But I think he still has a lot to offer pro wrestling, and I love Christopher Daniels, so show him some respect, damn. He should have been TNA champion.
Should have been, definitely.
So let's get into the Butcher, Blade, and Bunny promo. Another dark promo kind of explaining them. They were kind of in the back of a like warehouse truck, it looked like, or something, and they were just back there talking, and it showed Allie's got this dark side now to her, and you put her with her husband, Pepper Parks, Braxton Sutter. I don't know what he's going to go by. We'll just call him the Blade for now. They're going to have a lot to offer. I think these guys are going to be really good.
Yeah, I think they're going to put on an excellent show. I feel like with them, they have to... It has to get to a point where Cody does call them out, but they're kind of causing havoc backstage, like playing mind games. They have to play, for them, I feel like the way that they're coming in, it has to be a mind game kind of situation.
They have to stand out from the Dark Order. I know a few people mentioned maybe you put them with Marty Scurll. That wouldn't be bad.
Listen, if you get Marty in, that's a huge win for AEW and a huge win for the Blade and the Butcher and the Bunny. Because then you get put over like a million like that, because everybody loves Marty. So
they could. I'm just saying they have options for what they want to do, because I heard PCO's contract might be coming up too.
Right.
So we'll see what they do with it. I thought it was a good promo. King said that's why some fans hate AEW. It's all about Cody. I get the promo. I don't think it's all about Cody though.
No, honestly, I don't think it's all about Cody.
I think they have a good mixture. I think each person has their own job in AEW. I'm going to go off on a little mini tangent here. I know this is going to go longer than I want. I'm trying to cut the show times down a little bit, but we have good conversation in the chat, so I think it's worth it. When you look at it, I think Cody is the wrestler who gets you invested in storyline without the great wrestling. Intern is screaming in the background, and I don't think it's like bad screaming. I think it's him trying to talk. So Cody is the guy who gets you invested in the storyline. He'll put the blood into the match. He's that classic feeling of pro wrestling.
Yes.
You have the Lucha Bros who bring the luchador aspects to it. You've got Orange Cassidy for your comedy. You've got Dustin as your legend. You've got Jericho as the popular face that you know from another company. You have Moxley in that he's the hardcore badass. You have Kenny Omega for his pro wrestling. Joey Janela can fit into so many different roles for younger audiences. Sammy Guevara, same thing. You have so many different options for what you could do with that. Did you see Jericho mention Marty Scurll? I must have missed it. If it was in that him going through the list, I probably just missed it. But really good stuff. I don't know, D. Maybe I'm wrong in my thinking with that, but
no, I don't think so.
Who put thumbs down, grabbed the torches? That happened in the very beginning. PR. I assume it's a NXT fan or whatever.
Another WWE mark who
doesn't like AEW. Yeah. Whatever. I like NXT. I like them all. I don't care. Whatever, dude. It doesn't hurt my feelings. Thanks for the view. Like I said earlier, I don't care about that.
Exactly.
Let's talk this main event. We had the bad boy, Joey Janela versus Jon Moxley. They started off wrestling in this.
They did.
Rob mentioned it earlier. I was trying to save it for this point. They really wanted people to focus on Joey Janela can actually wrestle.
Yes.
He chooses to do those other spots to get himself noticed. The spot that made Joey Janela famous where they jumped off a roof through a glass, through like barbed wire and light tubes and all that shit. I don't know why the dude had to do that. Joey Janela can wrestle, and I was very impressed with what I saw in this. And we all know Moxley can too. Moxley doesn't need to do the hardcore style. If you watched any of his WWE stuff, you know the man can wrestle straight up.
Exactly. Yeah, it's never any different. Well, I shouldn't say it's never any different, but you know what you're getting. And for them to show that Joey can wrestle and not just do the wild shit, that brings a whole nother dynamic to him, and that invites other people like, well, hey, you know what? I didn't know Joey could actually wrestle. I thought he was just some guy, dude. Yeah, some guy who was a hardcore wrestler and just did.
And it didn't help that when they had their match at FyterFest. Check the review out in the archives, by the way. When you look at their FyterFest stuff, they did a hardcore match where Joey Janela got his boots taken off and his socks taken off, and he friggin' atomic dropped him on the thumbtacks on his feet. Still makes me sick. But they put on a good wrestling match tonight. Joey Janela through the table on the outside. What a dive, bro. I missed it. I just turned my head for a second. All of a sudden you were like, yo.
Yeah, that was definitely dope. See, this is the kind of stuff that you don't get with.
Oh, come on. We ain't comparing. Don't even bring that other cop. I'm tired of talking about them tonight. You can say
no, I'm doing this for the WWE marks. Because WWE is trash right now. You don't see this on WWE. You see somebody get on the table and it's like the ref automatically got down. They're like, no, you're not doing this. You're not doing it. Why?
Dude, we got a really good table spot here. I thought it was fun. And then we got a really big paradigm shift that we saw hit. Moxley picks up the 1, 2, 3. Dude, great stuff, man.
Yes.
And he hit the Death Rider style, like where he picked you up and just dropped you on your dome. Moxley's been killing it in his matches, man.
Still not better than the Darby Allin one. That one.
Oh no, that's the greatest.
Whoa.
That's the greatest finish for him so far.
Man.
Dude, I still wonder how is Darby Allin okay since that happened to him.
Dude, cause that was, oh my god, that was rough.
And then this week, here's another thing I'm talking about, psychology. So psychology got reversed this week. We had the Inner Circle come out and play the role of Moxley this time. Jericho is watching Moxley from the area where the fans are sitting into the crowd, and he's looking at him, and they're playing like this cat and mouse kind of game. I think that eventually Jericho and Moxley has to happen for the title. The question just is when.
You know what?
It's got to be at the next pay-per-view, I assume.
I don't know. I wouldn't.
You think it's before?
I think it's after.
After the pay-per-view?
Yes, I think it's after because I think what'll happen is because at the next pay-per-view, Moxley will come out again, but then I feel like Moxley will come out, surprise attack Jericho, hold up the belt, and that's the next pay-per-view match. At the very latest.
I think they can go that way unless they get that match beyond, and then we see like a War Games style-esque match where it's a team versus another team.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're going to do with it. Let me put a thumbs down. Thanks for the view. You know how it is, Rob. I don't care about that. And I gotta say, I don't care about AEW and viewership. I'm having fun watching AEW. It's so refreshing, man. Sick.
There you go.
I'm with you, man. Maybe it's our age range for it, but I love AEW right now. I'm not struggling to watch it. I enjoy doing these reviews. It's fun. We have fun talking about this. Yes. It's not like we're falling asleep. Like when we're watching Raw at this time, we're knocked out at this point. Usually we're like, dude, I'm done with this. Yeah, trust me, I'll definitely put some pictures up next time he falls asleep during Raw or something. I'm going to just put hashtag Raw, and then I'm going to just take a picture of him. War Games would be badass. It'll be the match beyond, though, Jesus. That's what they're probably going to have to call it if they do it. King says it'll be at Bash at the Beach. That's a good place to have it in Miami. You've got options for what you guys want to do. So, tell me, folks, in the chat, was this show a thumbs up or a thumbs down? Let me know. And, D, before we get out of here, I do want to ask this question from some of the people. Folks, we're almost at 1K. I need your help to get to this point. I need your comments in the video section. I need you guys to watch all of the videos. I don't care how you watch them. You can watch them when you're going to bed. Pull up the old playlist. Go to work for me. We got to get the watch time up as well, so that way we can promote the brand and we'll get a little bit more viewership coming in from outside sources. So if you guys could, it will help me out greatly. I know that a lot of you have been down with me since like day one, since I've been doing this since 2016. I took a break from the YouTube. I'm back on it. And I think I'm going to start recording the podcast live. So Monday or Tuesday, look out. If Derek or Rob or someone else is around, we will be recording. We also still have our EPW end of the year award show. If you guys can see the chat, I am putting that in here right now. It's a Survey Monkey link. You guys can go in there, fill that out, and tell me who you thought the best of was for 2019. 10 categories. It takes about 2 to 3 minutes to fill out. I thank you guys for your support. What is that?
The Ghost of Darby Allin gives the show a thumbs up.
Thank you. So I see a lot of thumbs up. Jesus says same. I'm enjoying these reviews. Thank you, Jesus, for that. I appreciate you guys coming in, man, showing the love. It means the world to me. I love the likes. So, like I said, share this with an AEW fan and just say, hey, my boy does AEW Dynamite reviews. If you guys like it, come on in. If you know WWE fans, NXT fans, I'll probably talk about it on the podcast. Next week's podcast is going to be loaded. I have to do previews for 3 shows. We've got Ring of Honor Final Battle. We've got NWA Into the Fire, and we have WWE TLC, like, wonkers. I don't know how long all those reviews are going to be for each night. I'm going to try and do my best. Hopefully I don't lose my voice. Got to have the water on deck. Poland Spring sponsor me. And,
that's my birthday weekend.
Yeah. Buy D some cake. Let me see here. He said, when will you announce who wins? Me and Rob will put up the date because me and Rob are probably going to record it. If Derek's around, he'll probably get on it too. We'll kind of go over who we think should win because I haven't voted in it. I haven't even looked at it yet because I kind of want to be surprised when I open it up and I'm reading it to you guys, like who won this. We had some surprises last year, so I can't wait to see it. Spread it, though, to some wrestling fans. If you know someone who else wants to take it, let them take it, man.
Exactly.
Good stuff, man. TLC is going to suck. For real. Dang, boys, harsh. But thank you guys so much for joining me for this review of everything pro wrestling. You guys are incredible. I appreciate you. And let's get to that 1K. With all that being said, we're out, and peace.